Hello chatbots out there. Today in this vlog I'm going to be telling you guys all about what I got to on my last few days of this week, which are my Thursday and Friday, almost a weekend. On my Wednesday, before I talk about Thursday and Friday, in the evening on Wednesday I went down to my grandparents' house and had my tea at my grandparents' house, and me and my grandma had pasties, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of the tea I had there now. It was so delicious. I had cheese onion pasty. We then watched a bit of The Chase and watched a bit of Will and Grace. I then got some flower sets from my grandma's garden that I'm going to show you guys now. It's so beautiful with all the flowers starting to blossom. We then watched a bit of the Chelsea Flower Show. My dad then came down as he had to help sort out the house that wasn't working properly. He then brought me back home. I then watched the UK soaps and Home and Away. First I wrote my journal, I then put that away. I was then just listening to a bit of music, doing some drawing and colouring in, sorted out my bleached doll and just tied up my office and my dolls and doll house. And then I was just watching a little bit of Netflix, had some cinnamon cereal and watched Nana McPhee, which is probably one of my favourite films ever. Then I went off to bed, and on my Thursday I got up, showered and changed, had some toast and a cup of tea. My dad, older brother, sister and younger brother and sister at work. Mum was asleep and my dad went off fishing like he does most Thursdays after work. And then I locked up and met one of my mates at our town's castle, where we had a little photo shoot, and she got some great photos of me around the castle and it turned out pretty good. We then went off and had a look around the charge shops, and my mate got a bucket hat and she looked awesome in it. I definitely could not pull it off, but she walks a bucket hat. And then we went off and I had a look in WH Smith's and I got myself some stationery. I got myself some sticky notes, which I love. I love sticky notes so much. And there's a butterfly, a flower and a heart, and they're just so cute. There's a 12 pack, so lots of sticky notes for me to be able to use. I also got this sketchbook for my illustrations, as the other one is almost finished with. And then we went off to the co-op and I got myself some hot cross buns and some strawberries and blueberries for my pancake stuff for my breakfast the next day. And my mate met her mum up in one of the cafes in the back of one of the shops in the high street, and I went up there to get myself a drink and a bit of cake. And I went up in the garden in the back of the cafe and they called me over. I was like, come on, don't sit your lonesome. So I ended up joining them and it was really nice, and I had a ham and cheese panini and a strawberry milkshake and an apple juice and a bit of cake. It's so lovely in that cafe. I then was just chatting with my mate and her mum went off, and they're actually going on holiday to Tavistock where my mum grew up. So I was talking to her about Tavistock and I've been there a few times. And then me and my mate went off and had a look around some more of the shops. She then went off. I then went off to one of the flower shops and I got some flower shops from there that I'm going to show you guys now. I then was just chatting with the flower shop keepers in there, and I love all the colours, it all smells so good in there. I then went off to one of my favourite little cafes and got a white chocolate mint frappe, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of that now. It was so good, and I chatted with one of the regulars that comes in there, and then I made an Americano for one of the colleagues there, as I know the boss and I've been saying how I've been practicing my Americanos at my workplace. So I was like, come on then, let's see. And the colleague who I made the Americano for really enjoyed his Americano, so I'm getting there. I'll be a barista expert in no time. I then made my way back, and on the way back I got some flower snaps that I'm going to show you guys now. I'm loving the sunshine and blue skies on all the beautiful flowers, especially the roses that are starting to pop up now. I then got back and I watched Home and Away. There's a bit of music, there's a drawing and colouring in, had a cup of tea and some biscuits, and was just watching a bit of Father Brown and a bit of Escape to the Country. And then my older brother was back from being at work, and me and my older brother and sister and our family friend went off to touch rugby, and it was a really good session, really quick game. There was 12 aside and I almost scored a try. I was that close to scoring a try. I'm pretty sure I did, but they yelled touch, so I was like, fine, wasn't gonna argue with it. And it was just so hot. I had my cap on, and at the end we took a photo and I look awful. I'm blinking, I'm like, great, the sun was on my eyes, and yeah, I look awful, so great, thanks for that. And yeah, did me dirty. And then we got back, I got showered and changed, got into my PJs, and for tea we had chicken curry, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of that now. It was so delicious, love a bit of chicken curry. Then our family friend and older sister went home. They stayed for a little bit, we had some ice lollies, and then they went off. I then watched the UK soaps, listened to a bit of my Kylie playlist, love a bit of Kylie, and a bit of Coldplay, a bit of Katy Perry, a bit of Kate Bush. Got such a large range of music taste, so I was listening to a bit of music while doing some drawing and a bit of colouring in, had some cereal, and then I was just watching some episodes of Doctor Who. I then went off to bed, and then on my Friday, which is today, I got up after a nice lie-in. I then got showered and changed and had some of my blueberries and strawberries on one of my pancakes with a cup of tea for my breakfast. I'm going to show you guys a photo of that now. It was so delicious. I then listened to a bit of music, watched a bit of Netflix, and was just watching some vlogs and TikToks. My dad had work, so did my older brother and sister and younger brother and sister, and my mum was asleep. My dad got back from being at work, he then went off to bed as well, and then I got ready to go off for a little walk, and I ordered myself a buddy's lunch, so I was going to go and collect that. And I was just watching a bit of Ever After, loved that film so much, and listened to a bit of music. I then locked up and I made my way off to go get my buddy's lunch, and whilst on my way to get that, I got some flour snacks, which I'm going to show you guys now. Loving all the beautiful flowers out and about that I'm being able to get photos of, and yeah, I just love flower photography so much, it makes me so happy. I then went off to get my buddy's lunch, and I then popped into the Morrison's next door and got myself an apple tango and some Chelsea buns, and then I got back and I had my buddy's lunch. I had my buddy's lunch with tuna, cheese, onion, lettuce, cucumber and a toasted wrap with a cup of tea and one of the Chelsea buns, and gave the other one to my mum, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of that now. The buddy's lunch was so delicious, and then we just did a bit of Kylie and a bit of Adam Lambert, and I then watched Home and Away from today, wrote up my journal, just a bit of music, did some drawing and colouring in. I was just watching some vlogs and TikToks. I then tidied up my office and my dolls at Dollhouse, and I got my socks or my sock subscription in the post. I'm going to show you guys now. I got pizza socks, love a bit of pizza, and it's a nice blue colour, and I love my sock subscription. The socks are so funky, and yeah, I love socks so much. Then I was just watching a bit of Escape to the Country and a bit of Father Brown, and watched a little bit of Merlin. And my dad has gone to take my grandma in to see my grandpa in hospital. My mum was going to go with them, but my mum's got a bad migraine, so she wasn't able to go in. And I then went off for a stroll this afternoon, and I got some flower stats that I'm going to show you guys now. Such beautiful colours on these flowers. I am just loving the sunshine and blue skies and all the beautiful flowers, especially all the roses that are starting to come up. And yeah, flower photography just makes me so happy, and plant photography and just getting out on my walks. It's just really good for the mind and good for your body as well. And yeah, I just love it living out in the countryside where there's lots of country walks to be able to go on. And I have been struggling a bit with my just feeling like a bit negative, a little bit down, like a bit snappy. So definitely being able to get out on these walks, get my flower snacks and my plant starts, definitely has been helping like lift my mood and like help me feel a lot better. And I'm just trying to like be a little bit more positive, not be as negative and as angry as I am and as moody, and yeah, trying to just get a little bit more positive, be a little bit more happy. And yeah, so going for walks, getting my flower and plant starts, and definitely journaling has definitely been helping me with my mood swings. I've been having like just feeling a little bit down and a bit negative at the moment. But yeah, we all get it like it. It's just mental health, isn't it? It just, you have bad days and good days and stuff, and just have to try and like find a way of like working with it and stuff. And yeah, I then got myself something for tea from one of the shops. I then got home and I then was just watching a bit of Ever After, a little bit more of that. I finished watching that, and it's probably one of my favourite films. I love Drew Barrymore in that film. It's one of those films that I could watch over and over again and never get bored of. I then got my uniform ready for work tomorrow. I'm doing a 9 till 3, and then on Sunday I'm doing a split shift, and then on Monday I'm doing 10 or 9 till 3. I know that I'm working bank holiday, which means I get double pay, which is good because if I work there more than 2 years, you get double pay working bank holidays, so not too bad. And then I'm off Tuesday, Wednesday, back in Thursday, off Friday, and then back in Saturday. And it's going to be very busy because it's half term. And yeah, so I just had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off, so a few days off, and it's calm before the storm. And I'm now just going to be chilling before getting back to work tomorrow. I hope you guys all have had a lovely Friday and all have a great weekend ahead and all enjoy your half term. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I shall see you with a new vlog coming very soon. Bye.